evening, good morning, good afternoon to everybody. Let me share my screen. All right. Yeah, so my presentation will go through first some slides on what we do as a company, and after that we'll jump right into the case studies and the ROI that was achieved by some of the projects that we have. So our company is called uHoo, and what we do is we help you measure your environmental quality so that you know exactly how to improve it. So the what you see on the screen is the device. All you have to do is to plug it in for power, connect it to the Wi-Fi network, and you would get all the data on your app or on your dashboard. You would get the data in real time. You would also get the historical data so you can understand the trends and how things have changed over time, depending on the activities that you do in your workplace. And you would also get alerts and tips on what you can do to improve the quality of air. And we can also integrate the solution with your building system or any other software that you have through the APIs. And in order to help in the fight against the coronavirus, we also developed the uHoo Virus Index. What the Virus Index does is it gives you a real-time risk assessment on the coronavirus surviving and being transmittable in the air. So this was explained earlier by Manuel as well on how the virus works in the environment. And we use pretty much a similar idea and concept on developing the coronavirus index or the uHoo Virus Index. So right now we'll jump into the case studies. Let's go through the different types of ROI first that you can achieve. So when we look at working with our clients, there are four general benefits or value that you can achieve with proper monitoring and management of the air. And these come in the form of health and productivity, sustainability certifications. This also involves compliance with certain building codes or standards within your country. And when you improve your air quality and you manage it properly, it can also generate revenue for you, whether it can be existing revenue or new types of revenue streams. And with the data that you have, you can also integrate it with the building system that allows you to optimize the HVAC, which in turn would help you to optimize energy use and also save some energy as well. So the first case study we have would be a bread manufacturing company here in Asia, particularly in the Philippines. So what issues they were facing were the workers were getting sick inside the factory. So they wanted to make sure that they can create a healthier environment for them. And they needed to make sure that they comply with government standards because there are specific standards that are applicable to health and safety when it comes to people working in a factory. So what happened there was the uHoo devices, and they realized that they had different problems in different areas of the factory. And there were problems that they never knew existed, but after utilizing uHoo, they realized that they had new problems. So they were able to discover new problems by looking at the data. So what happened was in the production area where people knead the bread, where there's a lot of flour, that's where a lot of the people were getting sick. So the reason was there was too much flour in the air, so people were inhaling it. And we can see that from the data as well, from the dust particles or the PM 2.5 readings. So the kind of remedy that they did was they installed standalone air purifiers that uHoo can control. So it was automated. When the dust levels would go up, the workers would get alerts and the air purifiers would also switch on automatically. Once the dust levels or the floor has been cleaned up, it would automatically be switched off by uHoo. So they automated that part and they were able to improve the air quality within that area. And as a result, they were able to reduce the sick leave of people in there. So they were able to improve worker health and they were able to reduce sick leave. And another aspect that they found out was that in their packaging area, they realized that VOCs were extremely high, but they never knew why. So it took them quite a while to test, find out, discover what the issue was. And what they realized was that it was the packaging material that they were using that created a lot of the VOCs. And it came from the ink that was printed on them because it's plastic, then you print ink on them, and ink generally has VOCs. And the levels of the VOCs were very high. So what they did was they had to change their supplier. Once they found another supplier that created more sustainable packaging, you can see that the VOC levels immediately dropped. So that helped them to the problem that they never knew existed. And overall, they were able to eventually comply better with the standards. And the ROI that they saw from this project was that health and productivity of people improved, sustainability certifications as well, which means that they were able to comply with standards. And since productivity improved, it also helped generate some form of revenue for them. So these were the three main values that they were able to achieve with uHoo as a solution. So they've been using the product for 2 years now, and they're still continuing